down to a 0.3, and we can play with those and see what kind of values that we're going to get from it that we want. So now you can actually multiply quaternions. The reason I'm not doing it with the Euler XYZs is every single time I wanted to try and adjust this, I'd have to open up each X, Y, and Z wire parameter and go that route. And that just becomes more and more difficult and not very easy to deal with. So now it's very quick and simple because it's just one expression handling the rotation, one expression handling the position of it, and I can multiply it. Now if I wanted to break it into individual axes and actually control each axis of rotation a little bit separately to really finally control this, I would have to go down to an Euler, and it would be easiest to go to a position XYZ, although we could actually in the position break this into X, Y, and Z and multiply each one separately. In the quaternion, you really can't do that the same way. So you may as well just go to the Euler at that point and deal with it that way. But I don't think we need to go to that kind of refinement for this to get that kind of control. Because we're going to have the second layer of controls, that refinement control, we're going to have a control on each one of these. We'll be able to control that anyways. So now it's a matter of doing it to each of the joints the way you want, going through the same process. What I'm going to do is say group all and drop in that new group. I'm just going to go to don't affect children, align it in orientation, and then again the same thing here. I want to go and actually make sure that it is lined up in the direction that I want to push it. In this case I want to push it up a little bit. I want them to push up along the length of the bones and somewhere in the middle of the joint rotations, let's say, for now. Same thing, I'm going to go and say group each object now, and then just make sure that this is parented up to the top node. I want to do it right up to the top here so it doesn't rotate with the joint up and down the jawbone. And now with this again, I can go to the previous one. Oops, looks like I didn't actually group it. Oops. Well, let's go back and do that again. I'll line that back up again the way it's supposed to be. Align. And I'll just go through it again. Looks like I didn't group it correctly. And so it's lined up the way that I want. We'll say group each object, group, and just make sure that's oh, there's the new one. Okay. Parent this up to the top node up here. And then I just need to go in and zero this out. 0. And I'm going to make sure that the first one is active in case I do any changes to it and want to move it around or anything, and I don't affect my 0 values. Same thing again, I'm just going to go through the wiring process, wire the position to the position, and I think I want to reduce the movement on this one a fair bit, 0.3 maybe. And same thing on the rotation. And again, I want to throw in a slurp function and the identity quat, and put in a very low value again, I think, for the rotation, something quite low. So now I should have the same sort of reaction going on here. And you can see that it's actually pulling it down and around. So when I pull it down, straight down, it's actually not going straight down. It's actually following some of the curves around the mouth, which is kind of nice. When I push it straight out, it's actually not just going straight out, it's actually going up and over the curve of the face, as these muscles would be pulling along this line here. So it actually allows you to pull it along the line. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go set it up for the other joints around the area, and then we'll take a look at how that's reacting to the rest of the face. So I've done some more setup here and got the rest of the side of the face working with this one control. You can see that now we're getting a very nice fluid motion around the whole face. As I pull it out, you can see that it's stretching all the way down